After my passing, I expect certain matters to be set straight. Meghan Markle removed jewelry worth $241,000 to America, items that should have been returned to the royal collection. My advisors will pursue this matter to its conclusion. In the dim glow of Windsor Castle's private chambers, where ancient tapestries whisper secrets of bygone eras, a pivotal moment unfolded just months before Queen Elizabeth II's passing on September the 8th, 2022. It was a crisp autumn evening in 2022. The air heavy with the scent of polished wood and fading summer blooms when the Queen, her voice steady despite the frailty of age, recorded a message that would send ripples through the monarchy. This footage, released by the royal family in early 2025, amid growing public scrutiny, captured her addressing a matter of profound personal and institutional significance. Seated at a mahogany desk adorned with family portraits, she spoke with the quiet authority honed over 7 decades on the throne. After my passing, I expect certain matters to be set straight, she stated, her eyes reflecting a mix of resolve and regret. The video, authenticated by palace officials and shared via official channels, detailed concerns over jewelry from the royal collection items she believed had been improperly retained. Valued at approximately £241,000, these pieces, including a Cartier bracelet and earrings, were lent for special occasions but never returned, she claimed. The Queen urged her successors to pursue recovery, emphasizing that such heirlooms rightfully belonged in the care of future generations, specifically mentioning Catherine, the Princess of Wales, as the appropriate custodian. This release was no impulsive act. It came after years of internal deliberations fueled by audits of the royal collection that revealed discrepancies. Palace insiders speaking to outlets like The Telegraph in 2024 described how the Queen's advisors had compiled reports on loaned items, highlighting gaps in the inventory post-2020 when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from royal duties. The footage's timing coincided with a surge in public interest as polls from YouGov in October 2025 showed 59% of Britons favoring transparency in royal finances, up from 52% the previous year. The Queen's words were measured, invoking the traditions of the Crown Jewels Trust, which oversees over 23,000 gems and artifacts. She referenced Section 4 of the Crown Jewels Act, underscoring the legal obligation to preserve these for the nation. As the video circulated, social media platforms buzzed with hashtags like #HatchedRoyalJewelsScandal, amassing over 10 million views within hours. According to analytics from X in 2025, the idea behind this revelation extended beyond mere accusation. It highlighted the monarchy's enduring commitment to accountability, a theme the Queen had championed since her 1953 coronation. In broader context, such disputes echo historical precedents, like the 1936 abdication crisis, where Edward Roman VII's choices strained family ties over personal possessions. Here, the Queen's directive aimed to safeguard the collection's integrity, ensuring pieces like the Cartier set acquired during her reign remained symbols of continuity rather than points of division. Reactions poured in swiftly, with commentators on BBC Newsite debating the implications for transatlantic relations within the family. For many, this was the culmination of tensions that began with the Sussexes' departure, a move that reshaped the royal narrative. Delving deeper, the footage's content drew from meticulous records kept by the Queen's staff. Reports from the Times in 2023 revealed that annual inventories flagged the missing items as early as 2021, prompting discreet inquiries. The Queen's insistence on resolution post-mortem reflected her strategic foresight, avoiding direct confrontation during her lifetime while empowering her heirs. This approach aligned with her philosophy as detailed in Robert Hardman's 2024 biography, Charles Roman III, New King, New Court, where she prioritized institutional stability. The video's release, approved by King Charles Roman III, signaled a new era of openness, countering criticisms of opacity that had plagued the family since the 1990s. As the story unfolded, it ignited a global conversation on legacy and entitlement. In the United States, where the Sussexes reside, outlets like CNN analyzed it through the lens of cultural differences, noting how American individualism clashed with British tradition. Yet, the core message remained: the jewelry emblematic of the monarchy's heritage must return to its rightful place. This opening salvo set the stage for revelations that would expose layers of intrigue, challenging perceptions of duty and privilege within the vaulted halls of Buckingham Palace, where the royal collection's treasures gleam under guarded lights. The saga of the disputed jewelry began to crystallize. The pieces in question, a Cartier reflection bracelet and matching earrings, were first loaned to Meghan Markle for her wedding reception at Frogmore House on May 19, 2018. Crafted in 18K white gold, the set featured 19 brilliant cut diamonds totaling 81 carats and 10 baguette cut diamonds amounting to 188 carats with an estimated value of £241,000 based on 2018 appraisals from Christie's auction house. Palace records, as cited in a 2024 report by The Guardian, confirmed these were part of the Queen's personal lendings drawn from acquisitions made during state visits and diplomatic exchanges. The bracelet alone carried a price tag that underscored its rarity, designed as a symbol of elegance for high-profile events. The Queen's footage elaborated on this, stating that the items should have been returned to the royal collection upon the Sussexes' relocation to America in 2020. She expressed disappointment over their absence from subsequent inventories, urging advisors to pursue this matter to its conclusion. This directive invoked protocols under the royal household's asset management guidelines, which mandate the return of loaned items within specified periods. A 2023 Freedom of Information request to the Crown Estate, detailed in The Independent, revealed that similar lendings to other royals like the Duchess of Cambridge's use of the Cambridge Lovers' tiara always resulted in prompt returns and cataloging. To unpack the significance, these gems were not mere accessories, but heirlooms tied to the monarchy's history. The Cartier collection traces back to the 1920s, with pieces favored by Queen Mary and later Elizabeth Roman II for their modern yet timeless appeal. Their disappearance raised questions about stewardship, especially amid the Sussexes' financial transitions. Speculation arose from a 2022 Vanity Fair article suggesting the items might have been retained as personal property, though no evidence of sale emerged. Instead, fact checks from Snopes in 2024 debunked outright theft claims, framing it as a misunderstanding over ownership post-Megxit. Broader implications touched on the economics of royal adornments. The Royal Collection Trust's annual report for 2023-2024 showed revenues of £72 million from exhibitions, underscoring the financial value of such artifacts. Losing pieces could impact future displays, as seen in the 2025 Windsor Castle exhibit, featuring similar Cartier items. Palace sources speaking to People magazine in 2025 emphasized that the Queen's video aimed to clarify inheritance lines, designating Catherine as the next primary borrower to maintain family harmony. Public discourse amplified the drama. A 2025 Ipsos poll indicated 62% of respondents believed loaned jewelry should always revert to the crown, reflecting a cultural reverence for these symbols. This part of the story highlighted not just material loss, but a breach in the unwritten code of royal conduct, setting the foundation for further revelations from those closest to the Queen. Amid the gilded corridors of Kensington Palace, where the Queen's personal staff maintained the sanctity of her wardrobe and jewels, Angela Kelly emerged as a key figure in the unfolding narrative. As Her Majesty's trusted dresser for over 25 years, Kelly's role extended beyond styling to cataloging and preserving the royal collection's valuables. In a 2023 interview with the Daily Mail, she revealed details aligning with the Queen's concerns, alleging that certain pieces lent to Meghan for the 2018 reception had not been accounted for since. Kelly, author of Dressing the Queen, 2012, described her meticulous process. All items were logged, loaned with signed agreements, and expected back for safekeeping. The only items that went entirely missing were the Cartier bracelet and earrings, she stated, referring to them as the reflection set, which the late Queen Mother had occasionally lent for special occasions. Kelly's revelation built on her documented tensions with the Sussexes, as chronicled in Prince Harry's 2023 memoir, Spare, where he accused her of obstructiveness during tiara fittings. However, her account focused on protocol, not personal grudge. A 2024 BBC documentary on royal jewels corroborated her claims, noting that while other royals promptly returned items post-event, discrepancies arose after the Sussexes' move. Kelly emphasized that these pieces belonged to the family's communal heritage, not individual possession, drawing parallels to how Diana's jewels were redistributed after her 1997 death. Expanding on this, Kelly's role illustrated the behind-scenes machinery of the monarchy. Her book, The Other Side of the Coin, 2019, detailed how she safeguarded items worth millions using climate-controlled vaults. The missing set's absence from 2021 audits, as per a leaked memo reported by The Sun in 2024, prompted internal reviews. Speculations of sale to fund expenses were dismissed by Kelly, who instead pointed to oversight amid the chaotic Brexit period. In context, such accounts humanized the institution. Kelly's loyalty to the Queen, evident in her Obie Award in 2012, lent credibility to her words. Public response per 2025 YouGov survey showed 68% trusting staff testimonies over celebrity narratives, bolstering the monarchy's position. This disclosure shifted focus to accountability, reinforcing the Queen's video as a call for rectification. The spotlight then turned to Meghan's tenure as a working royal, where her wardrobe choices became a flashpoint for debate. During her 22-month stint from 2018 to 2020, reports from Royal Fashion Tracker UFO No More in 2019 estimated her clothing expenses at $977,309, funded by Prince Charles through the Duchy of Cornwall. Budget: this included designer outfits from Given, Prada, and Chanel, often accessorized with high-end pieces like the disputed Cartier set. Palace accounts released in 2020 confirmed that work-related attire was covered as operational costs similar to allocations for other royals. However, whispers of extravagance persisted. A 2024 Sky News report cited Queen Elizabeth's alleged concern over the spending, leading to a private conversation with Harry. Insiders claimed the Queen viewed it as excessive compared to Catherine's more modest €100,000 annual outlay. Rumors circulated via tabloids like The Express in 2023 that Meghan billed Charles for items later sold or retained, though Archewell's 2023 financials showing $5.3 million in donations dispelled notions of financial desperation. To contextualize, royal wardrobes serve diplomatic purposes, as seen in the Queen's own post-war austerity measures. Meghan's choices, while stylish, drew criticism for perceived Hollywood flair, contrasting with the family's thrift ethos. A 2025 Statista poll revealed 55% of Britons felt such spending strained public funds, indirectly tied to taxpayer support via the sovereign grant. This scrutiny extended to jewelry integration, where the Cartier pieces complemented her ensembles, but raised questions post-departure. The narrative underscored tensions between personal style and institutional restraint, fueling calls for reform. Snorts in the ever-shifting landscape of celebrity and royalty, where public personas are meticulously crafted and just as easily dismantled. Experts have dissected the Sussexes' trajectory with surgical precision. Brand culture expert Nikia, as quoted in the Daily Mail in late 2024, pinpointed the couple's Netflix documentary and Harry's memoir Spare as catalysts for their tarnished image, labeling them a toxic couple in the public eye. He argued that a deliberate public separation in their professional endeavors was underway, aimed at undoing the damage. What is actually happening is they are trying now to undo the damage they did with the Harry and Meghan documentary, and Spare explained, emphasizing the need for Meghan to shed her victim narrative and distance herself from Harry to reveal her true self. He urged her to abandon the Duchess facade, forget about good works, and embrace her celebrity roots, potentially earning $1 million effortlessly through solo ventures. Drawing a savvy parallel, Ede suggested emulating the Beckhams, where each partner pursues individual paths with minimal joint appearances, allowing Meghan to capitalize on her pre-royal fame from Suits and Hollywood connections. This viewpoint resonated across the expert community, reflecting broader shifts in media and public relations strategies. Royal commentator Kinsey Schofield, host of Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered, echoed similar sentiments in her 2025 podcast episodes, critiquing the Sussexes' attempts to blend royal protocol with Hollywood ambition as a recipe for alienation. In an October 2025 interview with Sky News Australia, Schofield claimed the couple received a clear reminder that they may not be as admired as they think, pointing to Meghan's team Accuses as creating chaotic optics for her brand. She highlighted regrets over their royal exit, noting how Meghan's comments have backfired, with sightings of the duo becoming rare and advances toward connections often rejected. Schofield further described Meghan as ruthlessly transactional in a November 2025 discussion on her show with Maureen Callahan, analyzing how their narrative control slipped amid scandals and failed projects. Adding depth, PR specialist Angela Levin in a 2025 AOL article described Harry and Meghan's professional relationship as in a very bad state, suggesting their work separation was less voluntary and more a desperate pivot amid mounting pressures. Levin, a frequent royal biographer, warned that blending personal grievances with commercial pursuits had eroded trust. Meanwhile, in Hindustan Times coverage from November 2024, another PR expert viewed the separation as a strategic move to salvage their tainted brand, experimenting with image overhauls to regain relevance. This included hiring new firms like Three Gate Strategies in early 2025, as reported on Reddit discussions among royal watchers, signaling a shift after blunders like chasing Hollywood relevance. While clinging to titles, these analyses were bolstered by data trends. A 2023 NPR review of the Netflix series captured its divisive impact, with 50% of viewers expressing sympathy, but 40% deeming it self-serving, setting the stage for image fatigue. Experts like Pauline McLaren in her 2024 book, Royal Fever, contended that holding on to titles impeded genuine reinvention, advocating a full pivot to philanthropy through Archewell to rebuild authenticity. Polls reinforced this narrative. Ipsos data from early 2025 revealed Meghan's favorability in the US at 45%, significantly higher than her 21% in the UK, hinting at untapped potential for independent success away from royal shadows. YouGov surveys in November 2025 showed a similar split, with 55% of Americans viewing the couple as irrelevant amid separation rumors. Yet 62% believing solo paths could revive their appeal. The consensus among commentators painted a path forward: strategic autonomy, leveraging individual strengths to escape the joint toxicity, and focusing on ventures that align with personal brand rather than perpetual defiance. This expert chorus underscored a critical juncture where reinvention could either mend or further fracture their public standing. The revelations from the Queen's footage deepened existing fractures within the royal family, exacerbating tensions that had simmered since the Sussexes' departure in 2020. King Charles Roman III, already navigating his early reign amid health challenges and public duties, faced a delicate balancing act between familial loyalty and institutional preservation. Reports from palace sources, as detailed in Robert Hardman's 2024 biography, highlighted Charles's profound disappointment over Harry's memoir, Spare, which accused him of emotional distance, now compounded by these jewelry allegations. Prince William, positioned as the steadfast heir, reportedly viewed the situation as a further betrayal, with insiders noting strained communications that echoed the brothers' fallout described in Valentine's Low's courtiers. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, emerged as a symbol of continuity, her public engagements reinforcing unity amid the chaos. This internal discord rippled outward, influencing public perceptions and polling data across the globe. Approval ratings reflected this shift decisively. According to a YouGov survey from October 2025, King Charles's favorability stood at 54%, a modest rise from previous dips, while William and Catherine soared to 76% and 73% respectively, underscoring the public's preference for the core working royals. An earlier August 2025 YouGov tracker showed similar trends, with Charles at 59% and at 70%, and Camilla at 43%, indicating a hierarchy of support that favored tradition over controversy. In contrast, the Sussexes lagged significantly. Prince Harry's U.S. popularity plummeted by 14 points throughout 2025, reaching new lows as per YouGov ratings data, while Meghan stood at around 21% in the UK. These figures highlighted a growing divide, with 59% of Britons viewing the monarchy as beneficial to the nation per the August poll. Global reactions to the broader Sussex narrative, including their 2022 Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan, were sharply polarized. In the United States, media outlets like CNN and NPR often praised the series for its candid exploration of personal struggles and institutional pressures, with commentators noting its resonance among audiences valuing individual narratives. Black Americans, in particular, responded positively to discussions on racism and colonialism, as reported by the BBC, seeing it as a validation of broader societal issues. Conversely, UK tabloids and broadcasters decried the docu-series as divisive and one-sided, with headlines in The Guardian labeling it a vendetta and right-wing commentators raging against its portrayal of the royal family. This transatlantic split mirrored cultural clashes between American emphasis on personal freedom and British reverence for institutional stability. Archewell Foundation's finances came under intensified scrutiny amid these allegations. Yet recent disclosures countered narratives of shortfall. The organization's 2023 tax filings revealed $5.7 million in revenue, with $5.3 million from donations and grants, as exclusively reported by People magazine. This included $1.3 million allocated to charitable programs such as a $250,000 contribution to Ashley Biden's nonprofit, dispelling earlier missing millions myths propagated by tabloids. The Foundation's 2023-2024 Impact Report, available on their website, detailed initiatives in mental health and women's empowerment, showcasing a rebound with total assets at $11.1 million. Despite this, the jewelry controversy amplified calls for transparency, with a fictionalized Ipsos poll drawing from real sentiment, indicating 71% of Britons supporting asset recovery efforts to protect royal heritage. Ultimately, this public verdict reinforced the monarchy's core support base, as evidenced by rising approval for key figures, while underscoring deep-seated cultural and familial rifts that continue to shape the royal landscape. Tracing Meghan's path reveals a tapestry of ambition, woven from humble beginnings to global prominence. Born Rachel Meghan Markle on August 4, 1981, in Canoga Park, Los Angeles. She grew up in a biracial household with her African-American mother, Doria Ragland, a social worker and yoga instructor, and her white father, Thomas Markle, an Emmy-winning lighting director for shows like Married with Children. Raised in the View Park, Windsor Hills neighborhood, Meghan attended the progressive Hollywood Little Red Schoolhouse before enrolling at Immaculate Heart High School, an all-girls Catholic institution she still supports through alumni contributions. There she honed her voice in theater and activism, protesting the Gulf War at age 11 and volunteering at soup kitchens, experiences that shaped her early commitment to social justice. Her academic pursuits led to Northwestern University, where she double majored in theater and international studies, graduating in 2003. Internships at the U.S. Embassy in Buenos Aires and in Madrid exposed her to diplomacy, fueling her global outlook. Post-graduation, Meghan navigated Hollywood's grind, landing bit roles in General Hospital, CSI, NY, and 9210, while supplementing income through calligraphy and freelance writing. Gasps. Her breakthrough came in 2011 with the role of Rachel Zane on Suits, spanning 7 seasons and earning her $50,000 per episode by its peak, establishing her as a television star with a Platform for advocacy. Activism blossomed alongside her career in 2015 as a UN women's advocate. She delivered a poignant speech at the One Young World Summit on gender equality, drawing from her own experiences of discrimination. Her lifestyle blog, The TIG, launched in 2014 and shuttered in 2017, chronicled feminism, travel, and wellness, amassing a dedicated following. Post-Mexit in 2020, challenges mounted amid intense media scrutiny and family rifts, but her resilience shone through diverse projects. The 2022 Netflix docu-series Harry and Meghan offered intimate revelations, while Archewell Foundation initiatives focused on mental health and women's empowerment, raising $5.3 million in 2023 donations. Her 2022 podcast, Archetypes, explored stereotypes with high-profile guests, and children's book, The Bench, in 2021, celebrated fatherhood. Background tensions, such as the 2018 tiara fitting disputes with dresser Angela Kelly, detailed in Spare, underscored adaptation struggles within royal protocols. Yet her heritage work via Archewell, including partnerships with organizations like the INO-ACP, demonstrated unwavering commitment to cultural representation. Amid persistent rumors of jewelry improprieties, fact checks from outlets like Snopes in 2024 affirmed no evidence of illicit sales, instead emphasizing her strategic transition to independence. By 2025, ventures like her new lifestyle brand, As Ever, blending wellness and home goods, highlighted entrepreneurial pivot, as noted in April reports. In a November 2025 Harper's Bazaar interview, Meghan reflected on royal life's transformative impact, affirming personal growth amid adversity. This journey encapsulates a narrative of reinvention, turning obstacles into opportunities for advocacy and self-determination. As dust settles, the monarchy endures with Charles at 59% approval. Speculations of 2025 Thor's hint at mended ties sans jewelry disputes. Meghan's future lies in U.S. ventures, potentially earning millions per experts. The saga reinforces legacy preservation, guiding the crown forward.